Devlin, knocked ahead by Kieran McGeeney. Tony McEntee. Still McEntee going through, looking for the first score of the second half. Laying it off to Paddy McKeever. And that has just gone to the right. So the miss by Paddy McKeever, failing to add to his 7 points for the campaign so far. But a very good substitute to be able to bring on McKeever.
As now notice, actually, Morrison is going down along the sideline warming up again, so it won't be too long until he's reintroduced.
Devine's kick.
Good enough.
Is it? No. Take a very firm grip in the opening minutes of this second half.
Such a real thing.
John McEntee to kick this one in.
Yeah, right.
Usually a very accurate distributor. McConville over there with Ryan McMiniman, who got the final touch. The umpire says went off the full.
It's surprising that time, actually. The normal tactic Armagh apply is to actually pump the ball from that position long and diagonally in towards the square, but to try to again apply a little bit of variation to that. But again, Ryan McMiniman's defending was quality that time and the ball went wide.
So when I do the thing, I make a video every 3 weeks, but then on that day I do 5 to 8 videos. So next week I'm gonna do maybe 1 video, 2, 1 or 2 maybe, probably 1.
Inside, well defended, however. Punched away by
might make one of my own Gaelic matches actually. Under 11s. We'll see if I can score any points, because last year I scored 8 points.
Well, that's Tony McEntee is down there injured.
Well, I didn't go to much.
I think it's Paddy McKeever.
Paddy McKeever. He's down.
So let's see if we've got some further update from the far sideline from Kevin McStay.
Just to say, Jared, Conor Gordy has just got away. Conor Gordy has just got away with the belt just straight in the face.
He's banging it up the pitch. Good ball.
So Tyrone pick it up again with Kavanagh and his midfield partner Kevin Hughes. Taking it on past McGrain. And Armagh working the bodies back there. McKeever struggling. They try to get it out with Mallon. Oh, a bit untidy. And Philip Jordan there indicating to referee Brian White that
good ball.
Kick there by
Morgan.
Here's a chance for O'Neill. Kaplan!
Oh,
should have been for Jerry Kaplan.
Jerry Kaplan, so close.
It was as good a goal
should have
as he's ever going to get.
He should have won 2 goals and 11 points to 9 points. Or the 1 goal and 9 points. That's what Patrick's score should have been.
It's the kind of goal that Christy Toy put in for Donegal in the semi-final, but Kaplan couldn't replicate it.
And that's a hat-trick of goals now missed, or goal-scoring opportunities missed by Tyrone. And again, as I said earlier, they may do this later on.
Here's Andy Mallon being attended to here by the team doctor Sean Digley. The physio is Owen O'Neill if he's required.
Shout out to Tomas McCormick, my second cousin. The third cousin, I'm not sure.
He's one of those 4 guys that has added a little bit of fresh impetus to our Armagh team. And again, he's very, very, very fast and playing quite effectively actually for his first All-Ireland.
This is Mallon here near the sideline, challenged by Kavanagh. Out. He came off second best. Guilty, one of the many left footers in the Armagh team. That's a great catch, taken down by McGrain. Here's Aidan O'Rourke. Into space, opportunity perhaps. Breaks nicely for Clark. Outside nicely for McKeever this time. First touch wasn't great.
That's not a foul.
And it's a free from 20 metres out. Paddy McKeever playing in his 29th championship match for Armagh.
Yeah, Rowan Clark spotted him very well that time, and again Conor Gorney gave the free away, so it does offer an opportunity to McGeever to open his count.
Referee issuing the lecture, and it's another yellow card, this time to Conor Gormley. Coming from Carrickmore. Andy Mallon has been replaced, and coming on is Kieran Hughes. You wear number 21. So Armagh freshening up things. They were not prepared to take a chance on young Andy Mallon following the injury a little while ago. McKeever can be so reliable for positions like this, and he demonstrates his prowess brilliantly. First point of the match then from the free for Paddy McKeever. Armagh fans a little bit happier.
Listen, I think there's a tactical substitution as well being made with Kieran Hughes coming in. He seems to be taking up an attacking position, so
Peter
Armagh
Canavan.
now to leave two right back in the full back line.
Armagh certainly needed that point to stay
And
nicely in
one assist.
touch. It's their first score in the game for 15 minutes. McMenamin, Dewar, good shoulder
Jesus.
by Tony McEntee.
Brandy here, spied on my.
Waiting there is Kevin Hughes.
That's a fight.
And the
Push
puck
on the
was
back.
flying in. Free kick.
Again, as noticeable in the first couple of minutes of the second half, the likes of Dooher and Ryan McMenamin are on the ground. They're starting to take very, very, very hefty hits from the Armagh lads, and I think the accumulative effect of this can, tally up towards the end of the match.
So there's an injury to Brian Dewar, playing today in his 30th championship match. This is what happened to Dewar.
Ooh.
And it was Tony McEntee coming in, John McEntee in the follow-up there. They were all surrounding him, including the new man in, Kieran Hughes.
But again, it's a good shoulder-to-shoulder charge. There is nothing illegal whatsoever about that.
The attendance this afternoon, by the way, 79,391.
79,391.
Dewar is on the
Not
ground
bad.
once again,
There's Reed
out
Button.
of play, and nobody quite knows what happened.
Sean Calvin.
Referee was down
Where's
very
Reed
quickly.
Button went? I don't know.
I didn't see it now, Jerry. Okay, I think our players are accusing Tyrone of
Kevin
theatrics.
Hughes.
And certainly Brian Dooher is on the ground. I don't know how it happened
I
though.
wonder what happened to him.
But it happened about 20 metres away from the last piece of action. This is Dewar here, and Paul McGrain coming into him. There was the shoulder, and he made a meal of it.
Made a meal of it in 6 of one, half a dozen of the other because Dooher ran right at him.
Now, he was shouldered a little while ago, and as happens in many sports, if you take a number of knocks in the same area, the wound starts to hurt.
Yep.
And that's the only thing I can surmise from that. Dewar's back.
8 minutes.
He continues. He's flying. Injury, what injury? And you can hear the Armagh fans cheering Brian Dewar, feeling that he was feigning injury just moments ago. Paddy McKeever down. Referee speaking to him. So once again, it'll be another card.
I say Mulligan's
Just
on
again,
this.
become very untidy in the first
Could
10
take
minutes
it.
or so of the second half. I think again, we
Shoot.
said beforehand, Gerard, the fear
I
of
say
losing seems to be
Mulligan.
kicking in with both teams at the moment. Certainly with
Not
Tyrone. And not
100% sure, but
both teams are not positive enough.
It's been an awful opening 10 minutes.
it's a bit soft, I'm being honest about that. Yeah, so Mulligan.
They can settle down and play football.
That's
Only
his
3 minutes,
first point.
25 minutes to go. Tyrone at the free kick. Owen Mulligan hasn't scored so far. Peter Canavan is off, remember.
5 points. Not Mulligan.
It's of the old ankle injury for
Canavan.
Canavan. Mulligan to
And
kick.
that's his first.
Will it curl?
Yes,
It's
it
on
will.
its way. It's over.
And by the way, what was the John 317 final? It was there in the 2002 and now the 2003. I'm pretty sure it's in the 2005 one too.
They lead by 4.
But
It's first.
Mulligan, a young talent that quitted, or I'm not sure if he
Mulligan
quit,
very
but
much the young person's idol in Cookstown in County Tyrone in the past couple of
I
weeks.
don't know, I think he retired or stopped playing for Tyrone in like 2003.
Again, running into strong Armagh defence. And the
Yeah, it
referee
was
blows
2003.
the whistle in favour of Armagh, is he? He's going to throw it. There were indications initially that he was giving a free for charging by the number 2 Kieran Gourley when in possession, but it's going to be a throw ball.
Yeah, a little bit of dissent, I think, on the part of the Armagh lads that time.
That's a very lot
I
too.
think the referee gave the free that time to Armagh.
That's a
Again,
punch.
there was a punch thrown, I think, by Tony McIntyre or Tony McEntee, and I think the referee rightly has changed the decision.
It was a very definite punch. I didn't see it the first time, but in reprise there, definitely he punched his opponent.
Sean Kavanagh.
What happened in the semi-final where his brother
We're gonna
John was
touch him.
concerned, and the brouhaha afterwards. No booking there. Oh, walked through that one. Got away with it. He comes out here towards Kieran Hughes. It's very scrappy. Aidan O'Rourke.
He's going in with a big shoulder, isn't it? No.
Paddy McKeever high.
Oh, that's a foul. That's definitely a foul.
That's a very,
Nowadays,
a
that's a
very
black
bad tackle
card.
by Kevin Hughes that time. Certainly
Nowadays, that's a
clotheslined
black
him.
card.
It
But
wouldn't be
back then,
surprised to
there
me
was
if
no
the
black
referee
card, so
sends him
yellow
off, because
card.
there's been an awful lot of messing going on in the opening period of the second half.
Yellow card back then.
He is very, very fortunate.
Black card
Referee's
now.
patience, I think, is going to wear thin very, very shortly.
Yeah, and here's where leadership comes into play with this. Just look at again this tackle. Again, McKeever has the ball.
Oh, that's a
He took
foul.
him, I suppose,
100%.
mid-drift and around the neck. Maybe it wasn't as bad the second time I saw it, but definitely he could have.
Yeah, that's definitely a foul anyway. It's a black card nowadays. In my opinion. In my opinion, it's a black card
He
nowadays.
scored a point from a free, and he's got 2 in a row.
Hey, for a shot, it's not bad. It should be starting back then.
Coming in off the bench as a replacement for Diarmuid Marsden.
Didn't have your own player day. I
it's
don't know
9
what
points
his
to
name
6.
was. Not too long ago, he died in like friggin' August or something. I'm not sure. He might have died in August.
Again,
Or
a game where Armagh has never led. No goals, but plenty of goal-back chances.
Brand new.
Hold on to it. It's Brian Dewar instead.
Got it.
Again taking on Lochran. Dewar.
He's taking it in.
To close the space as well.
Pass back.
Beyond Jordan. On for Kevin
Kevin
Hughes.
Hughes.
Just yellow carded.
Big shoulder.
Went down. Hughes once again.
Hughes. Who's this?
2 men going for the one ball, and it's Ryan McMenamin who has it stolen away from him, following the indecision between the two of them. And Armagh have possession. McGrain getting it forward there with McGeaney, punting it ahead towards Tony McEntee.
Good
The last
tackle.
challenge was by Kieran Gourley.
Yeah, for a fellow who came into the game actually with a bad shoulder, Gurley has done very, very well in that corner.
And we've seen in the past how Mickey Hart just doesn't like changing things when he doesn't have to. Dewar picks up the scraps. More in the game in the second half. Nicely kicked ahead by Brian McGuigan, who remember has come back into the action, having been substituted before half-time.
It's a hard enough ball, to be honest.
And Diarmuid Marsden has been stitched up, and he's going to come in, and it's going to be in place of Ronan Clark.
Okay, that's 15 minutes
Yeah,
of
but
the
it must be
second
said
half.
again, Ger, that the play so far in the second half has been very, very disjointed, very scrappy. And again, you know, the key players need to start stamping their authority on it. I'm talking about the likes of McGeaney for Armagh, and again, around the middle of the park, the likes of Sean Kavanagh for Tyrone.
They're just trying to eke
Oh,
out of
good
it
catch,
somehow. McMenamin. Cavlin. Ahead for Kieran Gourley.
Jesus.
That's a couple of yards ahead of McEntee. Closing in. McEntee
that's a
wrestles.
foul.
And the referee whistles free in. Busy afternoon for
referee
referee
actually
Brian
done
White. His
good
two
enough.
linesmen are Paddy
Maybe
Russell from
one or two
Tipperary and Aidan
mistakes.
Mangan
One
from
maybe,
Kerry.
at most.
Yes, he showed commendable
two,
patience
sorry,
actually with
two.
both sets of
Yeah,
players,
two.
and I think he's refereed it very well today. Actually,
In the
just
second
apart from
half,
that one,
anyway.
maybe where he mightn't have spotted McEntee throwing a punch. The rest of his refereeing has been a lot of common sense.
That's kicked in there by Stephen O'Neill.
Good point. Yep,
Target.
silver.
This is the player who was an all-star just 2 seasons ago, but a combination of injuries and then his form dipped a little bit and he lost his place. Well, what a man to be able to bring back in.
Wee pudding.
That's
Wee
McGuigan
pudding.
racing across there.
She
Great
likes
decision
being
to
in
bring
the
him back in.
videos. Don't you put?
Stephen O'Neill stumbling. McGuigan comes. The boot went in. Play continues. Back out to Jared Cavlin. Tyrone needing a score to settle them.
No, right.
From there.
Well, certainly they're destroying their period of ascendancy with that type of shooting. They've kicked a couple of very bad wides during this last couple of minutes when they've had a couple of good opportunities.
And some of those shots have been so unhurried. I mean, they were unnecessary to balloon them.
20 minutes left.
Tyrone have it back. Good period of supremacy. And it's
By the
lost
way,
to
this
John
is my
McEntee.
longest video
Should
that
have
I've
been
ever
going the
made.
other way, and instead Armagh
This
could
is
take it back here. Tony
might not make
McEntee,
a video
can he go
for
for a
months
point?
or I'm
Going
gonna
through
go on
McMenamin,
these.
dished off.
I don't know. It's so long for a
And that
reason.
is another one for Armagh. And it's Diarmuid Marsden announcing
Good.
himself on his return. First kick at the target in the second half for him. First point.
Yeah, look
It's
at
heading tighter.
peaches.
9-7.
And again, a mistake by Tyrone at the other end of the field. Good work by McEntee. Again, if you see the mistake, good interception that time. I think it was Tony McEntee,
Yeah.
one of the McEntees. And again, punished very, very well by Tyrone, or by Armagh.
Well, they're identical twins, the McEntees. The only way I can ever identify them is John kicks with the left and Tony kicks with the right. Gurley.
There's something on my hand.
Again, Tyrone pick it up. Show a bit of pace with Stephen O'Neill there. Lots of steps, but it's going to be a free in.
Actually, it seems to me, Jared, that if Tyrone continue to run at the Armagh defence, they are drawing fouls from that defence, and it could be their most productive way of going on to win this All-Ireland.
It certainly is a tactic they could well employ. We're heading into the last quarter.
This is all Morgan's
It's anybody's
second
title.
round.
Mickey Hart pacing up and down the sideline here. Mulligan to kick. McGeaney has been ticked off for that last foul. That's nicely directed by Mulligan. 2 points from frees now for Owen Mulligan on a day when so many of Tyrone's scores have come from frees. 7 in all so far. 5 for Canavan, who's now departed the scene. 2 for Mulligan. And there are 3 points separating this side. 10-7. Tense. Can Armagh hold on to their title and do the 2 in a row? McGrain would like to think so. He's one of the stars of last year. Created the goal for Oisin McConville at about this stage in the
I'm not
game.
actually really sure, but
That's won well by Sean Kavanagh. Another under-21 star outside to Kevin Hughes.
under 21.
Calm.
He was 20
Gavin
back then.
Devlin.
No,
Always
no.
playing it away quickly with
This
his
is
hands.
probably
Doesn't
mad
ever
for
hold on
a
too
freaking
long. Out to
20
McGinley, who
years.
scraps hard.
Or 20
Into
years.
Stephen O'Neill.
I'm not actually sure
Getting
what
good
he was
possession. Good
20
target
and
man.
20.
McGuigan trying to worm his way through.
Either way,
Little
it's
block on
like
the ball through. Cameron coming in to
Even
chase. His
if
boot
Brits
went
don't
in,
make it
however.
till 24,
Kieran McGeady was
25.
going down to pick up. Free kick.
Jared Calvin, I think.
Just
Yeah.
look at the number of players around the middle third of the field. It's absolutely saturated there with players at the moment.
This is McDonald. If he
Maybe
can
it
get the
will
ball
make a
inside,
video next
give him
week,
decent
because,
opportunities, he'd score.
Yeah,
But
we'll
he's
make
very far out from target. He's taken 2 of them on.
18 minutes.
McDonald aerated and Hope one. Will it have the distance?
Beautiful.
Dropping in towards Marsden.
Didn't do
Pops
it.
out again. Beyond McEntee. And
No, he
McKeever.
hasn't.
Paddy McKeever holding it up. Trying to burst his way through. It's not easy. And the referee saw an arm coming in. And there's a Tyrone player down just off the ball.
It's still happened.
There he is.
It was because
There's
freaking
definitely an incident there. I think a Tyrone player can fly
Oisin
in and an
McConville
Armagh player, and a punch
freaking
was thrown. I
punched
think
him.
it's Philip Jordan has gone down, but I think he made a run at somebody. I think it was at Marsden, but
It is Marsden. He's isolating Marsden and he's going across to his umpires, Martin.
I just saw it out of the corner of my eye, but definitely it'll be somebody going off this time.
Philip Jordan is the injured party. Brian White now has to make the big decision.
red card. Because of freaking Oisin McConville.
To lose one of their 15.
Yep.
And will it be the highly influential Diarmuid Marsden?
No, it's not the
He
end of
missed
the
a lot of the
match.
final through injury.
Oisin
Came
McConville,
on and kicked a point a little while back.
Who
But did
was
he
it?
hit him? This is the question. Now we can see the repeat of this. The referee can't. The referee is speaking to him. This is what happened. That's McKeever. Now watch once again here. It went out to McEntee. Didn't quite see it there.
No, it's off the ball actually. It's off camera, I think. But I noticed that Jordan ran at Marsden. I don't know what happened subsequent to that. There's your red.
21 minutes are gone, and Armagh have lost a player. 21 minutes into the second half. Diarmuid Marsden is sent off.
Well, we had said it, Jared, that it was coming. Whoever was going to fall next was going to be sent off. But honestly, I think in this circumstance, he may be a little bit unlucky because I felt that Jordan ran it. And now, again, I only saw it out of the corner of my eye, so I cannot say it definitively. But Marsden certainly is going.
Take a look at it again here. We may be able to see it from this angle. There he is towards the top.
Yeah.
Now, did Philip Jordan go in on top of Marsden?
Yeah,
That's
he
what I
did.
thought. That's what I said originally.
I say yellow
In
card.
that case, the referee
He
knowing
did
it's
go
in the
into him,
incident,
to be fair.
consulting his
I'm
umpire,
being honest.
may have
And
been
if
given the
something's
wrong
wrong, I'm not
information,
defending him.
and Marsden is gone.
Because he did
Armagh,
run
the
into him,
champions,
to
are
be
down to
fair.
14.
And what's he supposed to do?
10-7.
He tried to
14
freaking
in
push him.
players.
Alright.
There's a push there by
He
Loughran
had to
on Ryan
really do the
McDonald.
freaking defend himself, so
It's Andrew
yellow
Cameron
card.
missed a goal chance about 5 minutes back. Drop short, easy for Paul Hearty. Well, this is really now putting it up to the 2002 champions. Up against this year's Ulster champions, their neighbours from Tyrone, Francie Bellew. Armagh playing it tight and slowing it down a little bit. Trying to work their way into scoring opportunities. There's another Tyrone player down injured. Ryan
21
Dewar this time.
minutes.
Tony McEntee, the nearest
Thanks
Armagh
for
man,
video.
wearing number 15. And on this occasion, it's Aidan Mangan, the linesman, who's guiding referee Brian White. And Brian White's telling Dewar, up you get it if you try that again. I think from his body language he's saying, you're going to get sent off.
Well, that's the second or third time I think Brian has been down.
Ooh,
There was an elbow.
that's a
Left
red
arm,
card.
yeah, there was.
That time's a red card.
Kieran McGeady speaking to Brian
Red
White.
card this time.
Listen, speaking about Kieran hasn't managed to get into the game to the extent that we expected him,
yeah.
or to the extent that our man need him. And the huge last quarter is required from him.
I say red.
So the yellow cards scored, 3 yellow cards, 1 red card, however, for Dermot Marsden. So 4 yellow cards in all for Armagh.
And I think that was the red that time. Or black nowadays. He did help him.
About 12 minutes are left of the 2003 Bank of Ireland football final. Oisin McConville, just 1 point, that from a free. John McEntee got an early point in the match for Armagh. I think it was their first. This one he spilled wide.
As we said, Tyrone have the upper hand at the moment, and Armagh are not able to get into that last third of the field and actually punish them and, you know, have a penetrative attack that might bring about a goal that is so badly needed. You can see Joe very angry about it all.
Well, they've been saying in the past that in a tight finish, Armagh would prevail. Will they?
I don't know, but that's the second time that the ball hasn't cleared the 20-metre line. It should have been a free in.
Francie Bellew with the challenge. Very down there is Kieran Gourley. That will test his injured shoulder. Play continues. Tyrone temporarily down to 14, but that's because of the injury to Gourley off the field. Aidan O'Rourke.
1 hour and 12 minutes.
7
I've been
points. I
doing
think they
videos for
feel is
23.
miserable for their efforts over the first hour of the
Yeah,
contest.
23 minutes.
That's a nice ball in. Here's an opportunity for Kieran Hughes. And the referee has whistled. It's against Conor Gormley. Conor Gormley is spoken to. He's already had a yellow card, but this time the referee is happy. But a free in will do. And Armagh are bringing in Corey O'Hagan and replacing John McEntee. Last year, McEntee went off injured. Oisin McConville kicking,
Is it?
putting it over for his second pointed free. They tighten the screw a little. There are 2 between them, 10-8. Still Toronto leading. McConville with his second then. 10 points to 8. Conor Gormley, the one who was committing the foul just before that. And remember, as I said, he was on a yellow card. If the referee were to literally to interpret the rules as they are, that would have been a second yellow and a red. Peter Canavan is preparing to come back in. They're using up the 5 substitutes very, very wisely as O'Neill storms ahead.
Good point.
And he kicks and he puts it over. Stephen O'Neill, his first point. What a substitute. We've always known him to be a terrific player. And there was a moment when a cool head was needed. He provided it. and got the vital score to keep that length between the two teams, and Armagh trailing still by 3.
25, sorry.
Paddy McKeever.
My video,
Oh, there's
27.
bad marking. McLaughlin was in. Here's McConville. And it spills away. It's gone wide. It was a great chance, but the backs did really well. They covered back, they took responsibility, and they were prepared to put their bodies in where it was going to hurt.
Conor Gormley got back very well that time. Russia McConville tried to unload it to Philip Rockford. Poor hand pass though, and the opportunity went to begging.
This is great play by the management of Tyrone, bringing back Peter Canavan to give them the vital leadership for the remaining 7-8 minutes of the 114th All-Ireland final. They're using up the 5 subs now available in a way that many coaches have not done, in my experience, in the past championship season.
Yes, I notice also they've brought on Collie Holmes in the left corner at the moment. I'm not sure who's gone off.
Collie Holmes is number 19. This is Philip Jordan. Storming ahead is Stephen O'Neill. Man who got that last point for them. Francie Belliot to cut it out. Play forward for Kieran Hughes. Back with Enda McNulty. Will he be picking up a second All-Ireland winners' medal? Barry O'Hagan just in. This is the captain, Kieran McGeeney. And again, they run into a cul-de-sac, and it's virtually impossible to get any kind of latitude. Armagh happy to play it through the centre. Tyrone wanted to play it out to the wings, use their pace and their numerical advantage. Kicked in by O'Hagan. 2 players going for the one ball, and it's taken back by Conor Gormley, linking up with his goalkeeper, John Devine. Out towards Ryan McMenamin. Played away down to Sean Kavanagh. Showing the effort at this stage. Philip Jordan. Tyrone looking to hold on to their lead. That's a hidden hope, but it's missed by Bellew. It's taken up by Cameron. Here's Mulligan rolling for the crowd. McNulty trying to close him in. This could be it. And it's gone wide.
What a day for misses from that full forward line, that much wanted full forward line.
Oh, heavens above. Jared Cavaline's going off. Peter Canavan is coming on. It's a Canavan for a Cavalian, but the leader is in to guide his forces after the misses. Those horrible goal chances that have been spurned by his team. Will he lead them over the finishing line now with 6 minutes to go?
Well, certainly I think they need a goal down at the far end. Armagh need a goal, and Mulligan is suffering from severe cramp.
The fans were suffering a few minutes ago when he plays that one wide.
Yeah, and a great ball that time from Cavan, who's just been taken off. Again, Mulligan should have put it away to put 4 points in it at worst.
Now somebody could produce a horror video, you know, of the wides in this particular final, the goal chances that were missed, and Sean Kavanagh missed one of them. But it won't matter, because at the end of the day, the history books will record 2003 was won by one of these. Dooher. That's Kieran McGeeney. He's prepared to carry the fight. 3 points in it. Armagh looking for a goal to tie it up. Last time we had a draw in the All-Ireland final was 2000. And the bookies were saying 7-1 today against such a possibility.
Yeah, there's so much tension here. Normally you get tension earlier in the match, Ger, but there's so much tension has come into the game in the last 10 minutes or so. And another card, I think, this time for Brian McGuigan.
So that's 4 for Tyrone. It won't matter. It's about playing out the remaining 5 minutes of the All-Ireland football final. McKeever trying to hold on, trying to build a platform from which Armagh can produce something special. McDonnell.
He hasn't got
They're down to 14, remember. And this time it's Gavin Devlin is back. Taking it again. Out to Stephen O'Neill. Are Tyrone to win Sam Maguire for the first time ever? They'll never have a better chance. Up against the champions. Mulligan's in. Hearty keeps a cool head. McNulty's available.
He's not so bad, still. I don't think he is.
Still there'll be added time to be played, so you could be talking 7, possibly even 8 minutes.
I'll say 5.
But just look at the other side of the field. The number of Tyrone backs that have gone inside their 45-metre line. The place is saturated. They've swarmed back. They're going to make it very, very difficult for Armagh to get the goal that they so badly need.
Only one attacker for Tyrone. Peter Canavan's even back there. And the weight of numbers is paying off. And this is Canavan. And this is Kavanagh. Again, sturdy performances by one and all. This is the substitute, Collie Holmes. He was
30
storming
minutes.
in training. They were having to tell him to ease up a little bit. He was playing for a place in the starting 15, which didn't quite materialise in his case. Line ball to Armagh. McGeady to take. Team captain.
30 minutes.
It reaches Paul
32
McGray.
minutes on, but I think there's
The
15
champions need a
minutes.
goal. They need it now. McGrain kicking in for the 14 men. It breaks away. Agonising there from Kieran Hughes. And Tyrone can break downfield with Mulligan
Mulligan.
near the sideline, taking on Enda McNulty. Just need to hold. He's going forward like a train heading into the Ulster gap. Back it comes towards Enda McKinley. Doesn't quite carry. Paul Hearty. And again they're giving the onus back to Armagh. But it's so frustrating against the team with all the bodies back there.
Yeah, they get everybody back, and then the raiding party launches itself. And again, that time kicking the ball into the goalie's hand is an awful waste.
It breaks this time kindly for Tony McAtee. There's an opportunity. Oh, what a chance!
Block of the centre.
It fell to Stevie McDonald. And it was Conor Gormley who denied Armagh a levelling up goal in a dramatic finish. What a block by a man who mightn't have even been on the field had the referee given him a second yellow about 5 minutes back. Stevie McDonald was looking for another goal to add to his impressive tally for the season.
That was a supreme display of instinctive defensive work by the right half back Conor Gormley that time. The way he came in, and McDonald got his body in front of him. He's down injured, but by God, if they win that game today, they can certainly erect a monument to Gormley up in Tyrone.
McDonald is down injured. 2 points from play for the day. Watch it again here. Watch Conor
This is the
Gormley.
block one
This
of
is
the
McDonald, and
Argentine.
there was the block. Brilliantly affected. It saved Tyrone. It may mean the cup is going to that particular part of Mid-Ulster. 1.5 minutes of actual playing time left. They're doing the safety announcement here, but I'm sure as we watch this with Oisin McConville kicking his third point, the important thing now is that there are just a couple of points, 2 between them. Still time to play, and Armagh fans will believe they can still do it. 11, 9, and 3 minutes of added time to be played.
Basically,
They'll have to live on their nerves.
They must keep attacking. Tyrone must keep attacking. They mustn't become too defensively concentrated, or they could offer Armagh a chance.
The championship season has come down to this. The last 3.5 minutes. Sean Kavanagh, for the team looking to win the cup for the first time, denied by Kieran McGeady. Dropped outside here towards Aidan O'Rourke. Held in possession by Peter Canavan. Free kick. That would have been a yellow, I think, had the game been back about 20 minutes back. It's punched out this time by Collie Holmes. Everybody is back, minding the house. Out to Brian Doore. Is he about to win an All-Ireland medal when some said they'd eat hats if he did? Brian McMenamin. Great play, just holding it up down there. That's all he needs to do. Back on his feet. He's got Gourley alongside him. Into space it comes to McGuigan, stepping up quickly, but in steps Francie Bellew. The wrestle tackle by Owen Mulligan. He's gone down. The referee will hold up the play. But we're into the time added on. 3 minutes to go.
That's cynical now, because definitely Tyrone just want to keep the ball up at that end. Foul if at all possible, just to prevent Armagh from putting anything up.
Mulligan's yellow card.
It's a yellow card.
Black card now,
Owen
maybe.
Mulligan. Chris Lawn is coming in for the last couple of minutes, and he's replacing Conor Gormley, who made that game-saving challenge on Stevie McDonald. Each side has created the same number of scoring chances up to this point, 20 per team. If Armagh get a goal now, they'll deny Tyrone and they'll win the cup. What's to happen? Nicely forward by Andrew McCann. It's a bad ball, but then again, he hadn't as many targets to aim at. Tyrone have the men back. Cormac McAnallen's played a good game. Out it comes from Chris Lawn. Out towards midfielder Sean Kavanagh. Another 2 minutes to play. Dooher into the clear. Armagh could do it a score, or Tyrone could do it a score here. They might just get it. They have. Stephen O'Neill has kicked a second point. It might now be enough. A goal would still level it for Armagh in a gripping final few minutes. But Tyrone fans now believe their side, which has led from the start, will lead to the finish. 12-9.
It's 12-9.
And the referee is calling across Peter Canavan this time. And he's got a yellow card. He's still on. The captain's there. Will he receive Sam? Will he win his All-Ireland medal? 1 minute to play. 79,391 enthralled here at Croke Park. And millions more worldwide watching on TV. Paul McGrain committing the challenge there. And
That's
another
a foul,
challenge
yeah.
immediately afterwards is by Stevie McDonnell. Referee deciding there's no need for taking notebooks out of this stage. Game's almost up. I make it 30 seconds. It's at the referee's discretion. Armagh look to be out. They look like they've lost their title. Tyrone look like they're about to win theirs for the first time ever. The referee looks at his watch. It's with Kevin Hughes. It's down there into the space, into Enda McGinley. Tyrone hold. What they hold at this stage they will keep, or at least hope to do so. It's gone wide.
Well, this will be a sweet victory for Tyrone. To deny your neighbours immortality makes it twice as sweet. And to become the 19th team ever to win an All-Ireland share.
They've done it! Tyrone are the All-Ireland champions!